What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Pitter Patter Pop. You know what? Today, I guess this could technically be a Moriocho radio. We'll put that in later. So today we're not actually playing anything. We're gonna be talking. It's been a while. Been on a little sabbatical. Thank you for your kind messages and whatnot. I guess first I should point out that I have a beautiful new layout, courtesy of AlmHZ. You know him, you love him on Twitter. I will put his Twitter in the description in case you don't know him or love him yet. He'll hook you up with some quality stuff just like this at very good prices. If you want to commission him, feel free to do so. Great guy. I always send all of my graphics needs to him, so I'll get that out of the way now. Today I want to talk about the first batch of Awakenings. Their banners have come and gone. It's a little late, I apologize, but I wanted to go ahead and talk about them. So the very first batch of GR Awakenings, I'm not going to talk about all the SRs and the BRs, that's fine. They awaken, that's all you need to know. So the very first batch of GRs came and went. We're on the second one now, but I want to talk about the first one. Specifically, let's go to a blank page just so I can put the sticker up. None of my pages are blank. That's fine. This one's close enough. We're gonna slap him down here. Alright, we're gonna talk about each of the original Awakenings and how I feel they do nowadays. Alright, so first up we have Jonathan Joestar, who his new ability is when you clear a certain amount of Jonathan panels, I believe it's 35 Jonathan panels, he will erase 4 random tiles. So I don't know the specifics if there's a restriction on the tile, like if it won't hit a charge tile or something. I don't believe there's a restriction on it. I'm pretty sure it's just 4 random tiles. But that's pretty good, in my opinion. I think he's solid. It gives a nice little boost to your ally's skill gauge, like with stuff like Part 4 Jotaro and everything, you know. Just to get him a little bit over the edge, because Part 4 Jotaro is a little on the slow side. And so it's 4 quick erase panels just to get a little bit more going. I like it. I don't think it's incredible. Because the panels are random, when using them with someone like Part 4 Jotaro, sometimes you'll find that as you're about to get into stand-up time, he'll erase some of Jotaro's tiles or something accidentally, and he'll mess up your combo. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen sometimes. I still think he's really good. I would put him probably... I'm not going to tier him, but in terms of like an Awakening, I would say he's probably a 3 out of 5, 3 stars out of 5 for an Awakening for me. I think he's really great. He's not... I don't think he's the best JoJo anymore. He was for a while. Back before the Awakenings came out, I do think he's been dethroned, but I think that his Awakening was very good. I think it's very strong. I'm going to give him 3 out of 5 stars. So, the next Awakening from the originals was Joseph. Young Joseph, of course, the launch version. What he does is when you make a 4x4 in stand-up time or bigger, so I guess a 5x5 will do it too if you somehow jump straight to a 5x5, he will charge... I guess it's enhance, charge, same thing. I call it charge, some people call it enhance. It's all the same thing. It's the electric tiles. It's the tiles that look like they have Hamon on them. He'll enhance Joseph tiles. 4 random ones. I'm not too huge on this ability. It just doesn't really matter too much. Plus, like, this requires you to make your focus Joseph. Because if you don't make your focus Joseph and then he charges 4 Joseph tiles, whoever you were building doesn't matter anymore, because like let's say, you know, you're using him with someone else, that then you build that person a 4x4. He's not even going to charge the 4x4 itself. He's only going to charge Joseph. So I'm not huge on it. I still think he's pretty okay. I think all of them are pretty okay now just because of the raw power boost that they got. It was wildly higher than I thought it was going to be, so they're substantially stronger than I thought they were going to be. I still don't think he's incredible. Joseph, in my opinion, is probably one of the worst Awakenings. I would probably give him a solid 1 out of 5 on Awakening design. His skill just isn't very applicable outside of, like, I'm going to use Joseph and I'm going to make giant Joseph combos in stand-up time, and that's going to be my strategy. Otherwise, his EX sticker isn't really that exciting. I guess you can get a little bit of charge out of it, even if you make like a tiny little charge 2x2 of him or whatever, but I'm not very impressed with him personally. So I'd say 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. We're going 1 out of 5. Next up, we have Jotaro Kujo. I actually really love his awakening. So his is 30 Jotaro tiles, you get a box, a Jotaro box. I find this to be kind of strong because it allows you to do things like clear out block tiles on teams that normally would have problems doing something like that. Teams like with, let's say, Risotto, version 1 Risotto, that you couldn't normally clear a block tile unless you had an eraser that hit where that block tile is. You don't have to worry about that anymore because now you're like reliably and consistently producing additional free boxes at no extra charge. Like, you're not doing anything or going out of your way to make them, you're just generating them. And it allows you to make sure that the board always stays as clear as it possibly can. I think this is an extremely good one. There is one that is a little bit better that, no surprise, everybody knows who it is. If it wasn't for that other one though, this would be the best awakening. I'm probably going to give this a 4 out of 5 stars here. I think this was a huge buff. It took Jotaro from easily the worst Joestar, in my opinion, at least the starter Joestar, to one of the best, probably number 2 overall, in my opinion. Really good awakening. I think they did a great job with him. 4 out of 5 stars. Next up, we have Josuke, who is literally the exact same thing as Joseph for some reason. I don't know why they did that. I'm not even really going to talk about him because it's the exact same thing as Joseph. But 1 out of 5. Big ol' 1 out of 5. Next up, we have Giorno, who is, in my opinion, now the best starter character to get. I've seen some debate on the subject about whether it's better to start with Jonathan or Giorno, because Jonathan is better until you get the EX sticker, so you need 3 dupes of Giorno for him to be better than Jonathan. But my reasoning that you'd still take Giorno is, if you already have the Giorno, that's 1 less dupe you need, right? You're already closer than you would be if you didn't get him. And I still think Giorno is a decent pick, even without the sticker. He's not as good as Jonathan by any means, but I still think he's pretty solid. And then with the sticker, he becomes unbelievable. Not unbelievable, but really, really good. I still think even after the second batch, this is one of the better stickers. So what it does is, after you clear 40 Giorno panels, you get 2 boxes. So it's similar to Jotaro's, except you get additional boxes. This makes it so easy to land massive stand-up time combos, even without someone like Risotto. You can, of course, still use Risotto with him, and you just fine. It gives him a ton of adaptability. It makes him able to very easily keep the board completely clear, no matter what the enemy's trying to do. It's a really strong ability. 40 tiles. I was wondering for a while if 40 tiles for 2 was worth it over Jotaro's 30 tiles for 1, and it totally is. Even with the math there, you think like, oh, well, by the time you get to 60, you're still 20 away from Giorno, and Jotaro has just gotten his second box, but then you realize that's just second box. So by the time Jotaro goes off twice, he's only matched Giorno's value once, and then Giorno only has 20 to go before he gets an additional 2. It's much better. This is a 5 out of 5 awakening, in my opinion. They took a character who was made extremely irrelevant, and they gave him a really nice additional passive, and of course the big power buff, but I'm not going to say that over and over again. But they gave him a really nice additional passive that makes him really shine, in my opinion, as a character that you can bring to most content. I think his ability is good enough that if you're with someone really powerful in score attack, like Part 4 Voice Jotaro, or maybe even Risotto. I think I've seen some people hit like 20 plus million with just regular Risotto in him. It's a really good combination. The character's really good now. I'm gonna give him a 5 out of 5, in my opinion. 5 out of 5 awakening right here. Incredibly good one. The last GR awakening from the original batch is Frog Giorno, which they gave to everyone for free. And his is after clearing 40 Frog Giorno panels. He replaces 2 random panels with frog panels that then will become boxes. So frog panels work like Bucciarati's zippers, where boxes just kind of come out of it after a while. The difference being that I believe you can move the frogs around, and with Giorno, with a Bucciarati, you can't do that. You can't move the zippers, but it's not really that big of a deal because moving the frogs doesn't really do anything for you. This is basically just the worst version of regular Giorno. It's not useless, because like it's still 2 boxes after 40 tiles, but it's inferior in every way. But it's good in that it's a free character, I guess. I mean, he still suffers from everything that he suffered from before. He still can't get all the way to skill level 5. He's only caps out at 3. But as far as a sticker goes, it's still a solid sticker, in my opinion. It's probably like a 3 out of 5 or a 4 out of 5 sticker-wise, compared to something like Joseph or Josuke, whose stickers are just terrible. I do think this is a solid character sticker. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to talk about his sticker because his sticker is actually kind of good, but the character itself is entirely a big meme, so it's hard to talk about him. I think his sticker is just fine. So to cover again from the very beginning, Jonathan Joestar, 3 out of 5 stars, solid character. Joseph Joestar, 1 out of 5 stars. What a shitty sticker. Man, should have tried harder. Jotaro Kujo, 4 out of 5 stars. Man, talk about a good sticker. Wow, what a sticker. Josuke Higashikata, shitty sticker. Why'd you do that? Why'd you make such a shitty sticker? 1 out of 5 stars. Giorno Giovanna, wow, we get it. Part 5 just came out. We get that you really like him. Why do you keep making so many of them? Why are they all so good? Really good sticker. Wow, great job. Frog Giorno, still a good sticker. Character kind of a meme. I don't know what to say about that. I think he's kind of a good sticker, but the character sucks. But he is free, so, you know, you do you, and have fun, and make frogs. Frog's cool. He's in my little thing. See him right here? Look at that frog. He's on my little share button. Look at that. What a good boy. Okay. So there you go. There are my thoughts on the original batch of Awakening stickers. I will have another one of these coming out soon that talks about the next wave of stickers, specifically Dio Brando, Caesar, Kakuin, Part 3 Dio, Okuyasu, Rohan, and Akira. I did not talk about, you'll notice in this video, the Polnareff and Iggy sticker. That is 1, because I do not have Polnareff and Iggy, and 2, because, I don't know, I just don't find them super relevant to most people. I know that 99.9% of the player base of this game is not whale enough to go for those, and so it's just not going to be as relevant to talk about as it is the older characters that a lot of people, even free-to-play players, may have pulled many copies of just throughout their 2 years of playing this game. So I am going to keep these mostly centered around the older characters. So in the next one, I will not talk about Rock, Paper, Scissors, Rohan either. I will probably talk about Polnareff and Iggy and RPS Rohan in their own videos. So, you know, they'll get their own little spotlights. But for the Awakening recaps, it's strictly going to be the old characters that are getting bumped up. Oh, I forgot. We do have to talk about Shigechi sticker as well. That's the only one I don't have. So I forgot he existed. But we will talk about Shigechi in the next video as well. Everybody except for Jenkin Rohan, who we'll talk about in his own video. So thank you guys for tuning in for the original batch of Awakening review. We will see you next time. Gotta remember to put the Moriocho radio over this. Okay, bye everybody.